Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, The Spiritual Justice Gem Goddess Quita, or you can call me Quita, either one would do. I answer to both. This is just a quick experience I had just dealing with people and projection, and when you go to minister to people, how people will reflect back to you their traumas and their unhealed things just because they want the attention off of them, or they feel it makes them feel some type of way, whatever the case may be. But this is the experience. So I talked to the young lady. I met a young lady. I talked to her, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so depressed." And me, by nature, because I'm spiritualist, by nature, I'm just like, "Oh, okay," trying to just tell her about my mantras, about different things I've been through, just try to be an inspiration and open and vulnerable with her. What else did I? Yeah, we talked for a long time, and then I found out that like she was bisexual. And then not only was that, then I found out that she was prostituting. And not only was she prostituting, she was doing other stuff. And when I shared my testimony with her, everything that I've been through as a spiritualist, I was really raw with her. Like, it wasn't nothing sugar coated. Like, I was even crying, and she was crying too. She was crying earlier that day. And this is how quick energy exchanges can be, and this is how quick people will project their stuff onto you. So all the stuff that I had been through, God told me He was going to heal me, and through that ministering to her, I was getting healed. Don't get it twisted. I was. So long story short, she wanted me to go somewhere with her, but when I stepped out and I looked at my attire and I looked at her attire, not judging her, but you know what I mean, this is it's energy exchange when we go out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't dress like that, I don't look like that, like I don't. And then the attention she was getting, I don't get that type of attention. So I'm just like, nah, I can't do this. And I politely declined. I politely left. Like when I got ready to, when she got ready to go or whatever, I declined, and she was kind of upset. So I'm just like, but long story short, God told me, like, I just felt some type of way because I already was feeling uneasy. I never go nowhere on a particular Sunday lesson is with my kids. And I just didn't feel right. And my daughter kept saying, "Mama, I see this and I see that." So I knew that it was another agenda behind what she was doing, like why she wanted to be attached to me. So I got back home because I was up with her all night, like ministering to her. I would tell her I would pour into her, she would pour into me. It was nothing like we teaching each other. I did teach her some things. She said she wanted to learn about spirituality, and I did teach her some things, but it was more so of us sharing our life experiences. And do you know she's lying, saying that I said I was depressed? I don't be depressed. Like, I have not been depressed in over almost 3 years. I don't really get depressed because I don't put myself in that frequency. She's going through that, and she's going through different things like memory loss and things like that. She was telling me how she was held at gunpoint when she was prostituting. So I'm just like, oh my God, I feel bad for you, and I really did. People, and I think she kind of felt like I looked down on her when I left, but you have to understand, people, like I never put myself out like that and never say that I'm better than her, but when you live that type of lifestyle, it's a friends and frequencies. It's a certain frequency that come along with it, and I don't live that lifestyle, so I shouldn't be on that frequency. So I can minister to her, but I'm not gonna go hang with her because what she hang at, I don't hang at, and what she do, I don't do. So when I saw what she was wearing, and God was like, you sure? And then I was like so uneasy. But long story short, this young lady had a plot, and God showed it to me. Like, people be trying to kill you, and you don't even realize how God has stepped in and put situations and things in your way so that so you're protected. And I knew it was something off about her. I just thought, that she needed help or whatever, and like, okay, we could really be cool as friends. You know what I mean? Well, not even friends, but because I'm like 10 years older than her, so I'm just like, maybe I can be a mentor. You know what I mean? And I couldn't even do that. God wanted to allow me to even stay acquainted with her. He told me for that day, and that was it. When I came back and I went to sleep and I prayed and I asked God and I meditated, He said only for that 24 hours it had passed, because it was so divine the way we met, but the way it ended, how the scenario changed so quickly. So it was never. I don't know if it was plotted out, but the way that the Most High showed me, she showed me how this girl intentionally do stuff to people, and that's why she's depressed. She's depressed because she set out to do this, and her heart is evil. It's not like she's doing it because she has to do it. She's doing it because that's what she wants to do. And I shared this experience with you guys so that you understand the severity of discernment, intuition. I was discerning. I had already seen the signs, but God told me to go ahead. Go ahead. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna push past all the signs that I see. I didn't take note of them, but I had a lot of signs that I got that this was not what it seemed. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay. So I had my computer there with me, and God was on me. He was like, get your stuff. When you leave, get your stuff. Make sure you get your stuff. So I did, and then I was accused of stealing something, and I'm just like, okay, but I don't steal. I really don't. I don't steal. That's not something that I do, and I don't, because I understand frequency. If you steal, then someone's going to steal from you. That's the exchange. Are you going to get it back in some type of way? Whether you steal from a business or a person, I don't steal. So that was another thing. If I go with this young lady anywhere, if she takes anything, I'm with her. I'm an accomplice. So I'm just like, my spirit guys is breaking it down to me, and I'm like, nah, I can't go. So long story short, I see her again, and she's looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? She's looking like, you know what I mean? Like she did something. Like, it's not like she did something. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like this look like she want to be neutral, but yet, it's a scheme behind it. I never met such people like this. When I'm not talking about my personal life, like I'm just talking about just out in the world. Usually people I meet are really nice, and we have a conversation, and that's it. Nobody trying to take nothing, nobody trying to steal nothing, nobody being accused of nothing. And when she started accusing me, God said, take note. So I took note. I'm like, okay, like, I'm like, why and I told her, I said, I don't steal. I don't steal from people, places, or nobody. I just don't steal. And she was like, you right. I was just saying, if you mistakenly picked it up, but if you live that lifestyle of prostitution, you're going to always watch your money, because you're always watching your back anyways. It's almost like, it's similar to being a drug dealer, because you have to look over your shoulder every which way, and your main goal is money. So why would you know what I mean? So that's what God quickened me too. She was like, most of when I said she this time, I mean the Most High, she was just like, just take note. And I'm like, and when it came up, when she accused me, I'm like, I was calm about it. I'm like, I don't steal from people or places. So it made her feel bad. So in order to kind of, I caught her on the phone with someone else. Well, I didn't catch her on the phone. I won't say I just walked up and I heard her conversation. She didn't know that I was behind her. And then to her daughter pointed to me. And so I heard what she was saying, and the information I was giving her, and she was twisting it and saying that I said I'm depressed. I was not depressed. I was healing, and I know that. Depression, if I was depressed, my depression you would never know that I'm depressed, first of all. Second of all, if I was depressed, you would never know. You would never know if I'm depressed or not. But second of all, me being depressed, me as depressed, Shaquita, like let's rewind back, like 3 years ago, I would constantly be crying, I would constantly be doing this and that, but most of my triggers for my depression are gone. I make sure that I eliminate them. That's a part of being a shaman. That's about being a spiritualist. But people who have agenda to slander your name every which way, these are the things they do. They come against your ministry. They come against your calling because they know what it is. They come to you as this like needing help, which they do. That's not wrong, but also with a hidden agenda behind that. So, I'm learning quickly how people operate. So when I say, if you see me in real life, if you see me out and about, you can approach me, but I will not sit down and be your friend or anything like that. If you want a session from me, if you want healing from me, if you want advice from me, you're gonna have to book a session. It's got to be business wise. It really does, because this is ridiculous what people will do. And then I helped her. I gave her so much information. Like, the information I gave her was over like $400 worth of information. So, and I did it for free. I'm not saying that to be like a great person, but like, when you're kind, people try to take advantage of that. When you are giving, people try to take advantage of that. And then she told me, because I was talking about narcissistic people, and it was upsetting her. She's like, how you don't know I'm narcissistic? I'm not narcissistic. I'm like, I just looked at her. In my mind, I was like, I don't. That's why I didn't leave my computer around. That's why I don't know you from Adam. That's why I don't. She was like, so basically, I'm sorry, you guys, my lips are peeling. She was like, basically wanting to know what my spirit guides is telling me about her. But I told her some of it, not everything. While I was with her agenda too was to attack my spiritual gifts. She was attacking my spiritual gifts because when I got back in the room, and see, people don't know how really the Most High deal with me. When I tell people, it's only at time, I can't even explain it half of the time, but when I got back, the Most High was basically saying that I was blind. You know what I mean? Not physically blind, but spiritually blind. But when I went over there, I was not spiritually blind. When I talked to her, I was not spiritually blind. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of talking to her, she had somebody else in the background attacking my spiritual gifts. You know what I'm saying? Trying to pull me out of my, I won't say isolation, but out of my norm, so I can get attacked. So my right and left eye and my brain wouldn't be spiritually awoke. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, okay, God said, I'm allowing you to get through this so that you can tell other people about the experiences that you had with this young lady, so that it can be what it is, so people can learn. Because me, I never talk to anybody. And I know when, sorry you guys, my lips are peeling. I know when, I know it's like this. I know God divinely led me to her, but it was on a learning tip. It was not on it's love light, but it was beyond that. It was more the person, she had more of a sinister reason for connecting with me, and I had nothing but pure reasons, but I still had to be aware of the enemy and the enemy tactics. So they was attacking my spiritual gifts. She was trying to see what it work. She had an entity attached to her, meaning she had another spirit. It could have been anybody that she wanted to be attached to her, so that they could watch the session, watch what I do, watch what I say. But to the person that did this with her, good luck. I'm just gonna say good luck, because the way that the Most High showed me, you cannot mimic what I do or what I say, because that information was free, and that information is out there, and Spirit will direct me. That's why you can't keep up with me, because I am divinely guided. When you're divinely guided, no matter what people try to do to come against you or to keep up with you spiritually or to steal from you spiritually, God will move in another way because he's omnipotent. She's omnipotent. She know all, see all, and she is all. So at the end of the day, the God that's in you is the same God that's in me. That's that oneness. And if you have no God within you, then that's God even controls the devil. The devil has to come and ask God permission to attack me. So do you not think that I'm not going to get the messages? Do you not think that I'm not going to feel them? If I'm not, even if you attack me and try to attack my spiritual gifts, do you think God is not the Most High? The angels, somebody is not going to get into, hey, here's a sign. Hey, this is what's going on. Do you not think that? Do you not know that? That's why the devil is dumb, because God is agape. He has that agape love. She has that agape love. She's like, how can I put it? She is that agape love. Love like no other. And if I'm in that God frequency, no matter how much spiritually I'm getting attacked, if my heart is clear, which my heart is, that's why it's always good to be light as a feather. I had nothing but pure intentions. And that's why I get saved every single time. You guys come against me and try to do all these death wishes, death spells, and all this craziness, attack my gifts and all this. I am spared simply because my heart is clear. And when I say clear, it's clear. And not only is it clear, I say yes to God. Even in the face of danger, I say yes, and I go ahead and do his will, and God still show out through me because she know I'm her yes person. I can count on Shaquita because Shaquita is going to do what I say no matter what it look like to other people. And God allow people to slander me so they can look stupid in the end, because you should not be slandering and saying things that's not true, because at the end of the day, God got people everywhere. Even God will use a baby, a fool, a rock, a bird. Like, don't play with her. Don't. So at the end of the day, this is what happened. And this is a testimony of mine. And I'm not bragging on myself. I'm bragging on a God, on the Most High, the God that's within me. The Most High who I serve, who I worship. That's who I'm bragging on. Because it makes no sense for you guys to keep coming. You only building me up spiritually. And now I'm at the point to where I'm a rock. I am a rock. I am a rock. That's why God said the rocks will even. I am a rock. I am God, the Most High is a rock. I am a rock, honey. So good luck with all you guys who do all this craziness. Good luck. If you think I'm evil, cool. I'm not finna sit here and be like, oh, I'm not. No, cool. Because clearly you're the evil one. If you think I'm doing stuff that's harmful to people, clearly. Only if the Most High tell me to. If I return back to sender is harming you, then stop putting out that negative energy. Period. We all have a God side. We all have a devil side. I get to flow freely through both of my sides because I'm healed. Period. I am not depressed on no level. Am I depressed? If I was depressed, nobody would know it. That's between me and God. And why you in my business? If I'm depressed, why are you spreading and not trying to help me? It still shows your characteristics. I would never say, oh, this person is depressed, this is that. You did it to me. And God made me a testimony by telling your story because you did the same. Because I don't do stuff like that. I don't go around, oh, this person is depressed. Oh, this. I'm like, dang, that person need help. I'm going to pray for that person. Send that little bit of energy out. Especially if I know you're an innocent person. If you ain't innocent and God take you through depression because he waking your butt up from your nasty ways, who am I to say, God, stop doing what you're doing? That's why I be careful who I pray for. Because God be working where they look like they're lacking and going through all this. And you feel inside, you can have compassion. But when God tell me not to pray for somebody, it's because he probably doing something. She probably doing something in that person's life. And when I saw that pressure, I'm like, ooh, God taking you. I've seen it. I've seen it in the cards. God is taking you through that. And then she openly admitted that she knew that's why she was going through what she was going through. So you knew and you still tried to come against me after you knew God was waiting. That's demonic. That's the energy God will wipe out. These are the tactics of the enemy that will get you wiped off the face of this earth and you not reborn. This is what takes you to hell. And then people want to come at me about it. No, don't come at me about it. And I don't care if you do come at me about it. I'm going to simply tell you what the Most High say and keep you pushing, because at the end of the day, you wrong. Don't come for me. You come for God. Because when you come for me, I'm doing God's work. I'm walking in my divine calling. Period. So if you feel some type of way about that, you might want to clean up that heart space. You might want to go ahead and clean up them chakras. You might want to clear your conscience. So don't come for me unless God tell you to. And if God tell you to, depending on which God you serve, the most high, the most low, is depending on the reaction you get from me. My name means I can spiritually charm you or I can spiritually sting you. Which one do you want? Period. I can be love and light and I can be your worst enemy. I'm not playing with people no more. Don't come over here thinking it's sweet, because it ain't. It's sweet if you're sweet to me. If you're not sweet to me, cool. I'm going to ignore you at first, but when the Most High tell me to move on doing some spiritual work on you, you think I'm not? People think that I am afraid of who I am and my divinity. I am never afraid. I am never afraid of my divinity. I am never afraid of who I am or what I've been through in life. I am never afraid to speak my truth. Never. I'm never afraid to say I cry. Never. I'm never afraid to say I get depressed. But if I'm not depressed, woe be unto you. You get what I'm saying? I'm never afraid to say, hey, yeah, I'm human. I'm never afraid of anything that God divinely put me here to do. Why? Why would I be embarrassed by any of it? Only people that get kicked out of this is Satan's people. So watch out. All the people that's giggling and laughing, in the end, you're going to see who wins. God always wins. Because I'm his yes woman. I'm her yes woman. I am. I got to sit here in a moment in silence just for the sake of the people who keep coming against me and keep losing. Like, when are you going to stop? I'm divinely called and you don't like it. I can't help that. That's on you. That's something you got to work with on the inside of you. You want to project your depression on me? Cool. But when it hit you double times, don't cry. Like, oh, she evil. No, you was evil for projecting your snit on me and I'm healed. And now you trying to project over here because you want me to transmute your energy. No, I'm going to send it right back to you. And you could transmit it yourself. I'm not your healer. I'm my healer. Period.